This newsmaker will lead what will be among the largest and most significant economic development projects in North Carolina history. We're talking the nearly $4 billion, 2,100 employee Toyota battery manufacturing plant about 30 minutes southeast of Greensboro. And as you're about to see in this, his first extended local television interview, this isn't the first experience Sean Suggs has had with this state.
And I would put it to you this way: if you take the 1,800 acres, it's football season. That's about 1,300 football fields. Wow. That's how big that is.
And this animation illustrates Toyota's battery plant that'll take up that space at the Greensboro-Randolph megasite. As president of Toyota Battery Manufacturing North Carolina, Sean Suggs will be the operations top executive.
How would you describe your role here in North Carolina?
The one thing I will tell you is my role is to make sure that the vision is set, the direction is set, and then get out of the way and let the great people do their thing. And the people in this community will soon realize that when they are hired to work at Toyota, I'm a really good example of that. 24 years later, you can sit in a seat just like Sean.
Much of getting to that seat, Suggs describes in his 2015 autobiographical inspirational faith journey book, I Hear My Angels Sing, in which he writes about spending summers in his mother's hometown of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and working in the tobacco fields, what he calls his first experience with hard work.
It taught me a lot about you got to get up and make a living. You got to get up and work hard, but you also have to work together collectively to make things happen.
Suggs put that to practice in 1998 when he joined these people making Tundra pickups at Toyota's new plant in Indiana. He was even part of this corporate video in which he says,
I love this job.
And now he's taking the manufacturing and team leadership skills he refined here and the management skills he nurtured in several other roles, including leading operations here at Toyota's plant in Mississippi that produces Corollas, to lead the team that will work in this plant in central North Carolina. It's a facility that'll play a major role in reaching Toyota's goal of what it calls a fully electrified future. In simplest terms, the plant will make lithium-ion batteries not only for Toyota's multiple different types of hybrid electric vehicles, each of which features an electric and gasoline engine working in tandem, but it'll also make batteries to support possibly this, the new BZ4X crossover, which is among 30 non-gasoline, zero-emission battery electric vehicles Toyota plans to build by 2030. That's just 5 years after this North Carolina plant's scheduled to start making batteries.
Will that be fully up and running, or do you even know yet?
So we start small, we go a little medium, we go a little mid-medium, and then we take off. And typically that takes about a 6 to 8 month window where we're really humming along. But there's got to be some trial and error to make sure we fix things correctly, and then we continue to ramp up.
How automated will it be? Because a lot of people wonder that, oh my goodness, we'll get in there and get hired, and then some robot will take my place.
We believe that there's a hybrid of both. For an example, in a lot of our manufacturing plants, we have what we call cobots.
Yeah.
And those cobots are in the same process or similar process with the person, our team member, doing jobs to eliminate the burden or ergonomic burden that the person may have. This cobot may grab it a little higher so you don't have to. The other thing I will say with this battery technology, the size of the machines and equipment is much larger than we're used to seeing.
Right.
And so we're going to have this cobot human relationship.
Describe the type of person you want to hire.
We're looking for someone who has some energy and excitement and eagerness for more. You don't have to have a 4-year degree, a 2-year degree. All of those things are nice, but we'll take you.
I was going to ask, what will be the minimum training someone might need?
Depending on the job and the scope of the job, that may vary.
Okay.
But the thing that I think everyone should realize is we will never put you on a job unless you're ready.
Even so, Suggs says Toyota is already working to build relationships with local community colleges to set up work-study and other programs.
And this announcement is a $1 million donation.
And Toyota used this recent event in Randolph County to point out it's splitting all that money between communities and schools of Randolph County and North Carolina A&T State University, which plans to set up a science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, or STEAM lab for K through 12 learners. It's all to get young people more interested in fields like manufacturing.
What is your message to the people of this community about this facility?
Well, the message is we're excited to be here. We feel very fortunate and honored that you would allow us into your community, and we're not going to let you down. We're going to be here for the long term. I tell a lot of people when Toyota comes, we have no expiration date, and we believe that.
Suggs also told me Toyota Battery Manufacturing North Carolina plans to start hiring this upcoming January. For a link to the Toyota Careers website, just look for this story, which we are about to post in the Newsmakers section of our website, myfox8.com, and also on the website in a web extra. Watch more of my interview with Suggs, in which he talks about, among other things, the supply chain to support this plant, housing for plant workers, how the job application process will work, his big family, and why he wrote this book, which is among the most candid autobiographies I have ever read. You can buy it online, by the way. Again, myfox8.com.